password changed, Venkat? It's same, India 123.
Yeah, India 123.
It's not working.
I think check once capitals is on.
This will disconnect. Okay. Today we will do two topics: down payment and cash discounts. Let's start with down payment posting first. Then we'll see how to do cash discount setup.
Okay.
When we say down payment, just a moment. Okay, when we say down payment made, basically we are talking about advance payment here to vendors. What is the usual process? You order goods, then after vendor sends the goods, then invoice will come into the picture, and then finally payment will be made. But here, payment is being asked first, then the order will be processed, then invoice will come, and then the remaining payment will be done. This is what the concept of down payment is all about. Can you think without having an invoice, can you make a payment? The answer is straightforwardly no. System says no invoice, then simply no payment. Then what is the way we have? There is a concept of special GL transactions. Whenever something is not possible normally, that is going to be taken care by the special GL transactions. A special GL is an account what we create as an alternative to the normal account, and we do process the logic through that particular program, and finally once the job is done, that particular job, okay, the scope of that special GL get finished. So that is what we are going to do. Instead of a vendor, we are going to create a account called as advance to vendor. In cases of normal entries, invoice and payment, we are going to use this vendor directly. If you need to provide an advance payment, then you have to use the alternative option, advance to vendor. So first of all, the first activity in this series is to define an account. Let's go and define an account here. Generally, vendors are created in the series of 1200. 1200 is starting by 1. That's the series we use for liabilities. But when it is a liability, when this is the setup, then it is a liability because vendor is sending goods to you or services to you and then raising an invoice. So the payment becomes liable on us. We have to make the payment. But if we have made the advance payment, do you think still it's a liability? The answer is no, it's not liability because we are making upfront payment, and on behalf of that payment, we are getting the order and the invoice. So,
Mhm.
whatever payment you make through advance payment option, that is your asset instead of liability. So, we will create the account in the
Prepaid.
series of 2000 to 2099. That's the current asset series.
Mhm.
So, think of any number between them. Say 2020. Company code is T81. Click on create here. In the account group, select current assets, balance sheet accounts. Here put advance to
So,
vendors.
so it is more like a prepaid expense. Prepaid account. That would be a current assets.
Meaning is that,
Yeah.
but you can't consider it as a prepaid account. You're making an advance payment. That's a very simple stuff. Whether
Mhm.
you go for some mortgages, maybe you're going for some kind of property purchase, vehicle purchase, you do make some down payment,
Mhm.
right? You don't see impact of that because right away you are getting services after making down payment, right?
Mhm.
But here in SAP, it may get prolonged, it may get longer. So that is why the viability of the two looks different. Okay. Here the thing is, in order to get the order processed, we have to make a payment upfront. Now, go to control data. This account is going to be very similar to your vendor account. I mean, it is also going to be a reconciliation account for vendors. Come down to line item display and a short key 001, and the third tab was G067. So as I said, it's an alternative account. So
Mhm.
leaving the series and the number, everything is very similar to your vendor account. Okay, that's all you have to do. Then you have to do a configuration as well, account linking. Come down. ARNAP. Mm, you will find down payment made here. This is the one. It's called OBYR. The T code to do link alternative account for vendor is being handled through OBYR. So we did what? We created an account 2020 called as advance to vendor, and we'll make this account available instead of 1200. Okay, next section. Assignment of advance payment account is being handled by OBYR. This is the T code. Okay, then come down, click over here. This is the part ARNAP, financial accounting. Below that, down payment made, business FNU, ARNAP, business transactions, down payment made, and define alternative reconciliation account for down payment. Click on execute over here. Double click on A. See, for down payments, you have two indicators. One is A, that's for the down payment on correct asset, and F is there for down payment requests. When the request is going to come from vendor, it will be handled by F. And when you have to make the payment exactly, it will be coming under A. So first of all, anywhere in this line, double click on A. Provide your chart of account. What is your normal reconciliation account? That's 1200. Right here, vendor general and vendor one time. Two accounts are there, the 1210 and 1200. And what is the account that we have made for this purpose is 2020, I guess, advanced to vendor. So mention the same in both the cases and save it. This is what we need to do. Defining alternative account as a replacement to the normal account. If it is a special GL transaction type A or F. We maintained A already. Now we are going to maintain F. Make it 1200 and 1210. On the right, 2020, 2020. Save. That's all in the configuration side. Come out of this. And you have a 5 steps to down payment. Step number 1 is F-47. This is called request for down payment. Second step is F-48. This is called as making down payment. Step number 3, obviously, here vendor has asked for money as advance, and we have granted that through F-48. So vendor is having no issues in processing the invoice. So you have got FB60 here. Then after step number 4 is F-54. This is called down payment clearing. And then finally, you need to pay the remaining amount through either automatic payment or manual payment. This is your remaining payment option to pay the rest of the amount, whatever you have paid through down payment. So, come down to accounting, financial, AP, document entry, and here you go with down payment option. 3 of the steps are there, but they are not in the sequence. F-47, then 48, then FB60, then 54, and then finally you have F-53. All are here under document entry only. So let's go and create a request first. Double click on F-47, provide the date like this. In the vendor account name, vendors by company code, we have got this much of vendors, say MR group. In the target special J indicator, see, I've told you, it's a special transaction. So the special transaction tab is mandatory. So you see a checkbox here. So here put A. I know it's a request, but still put A or not put F. That resolution of A and F will be done automatically. Hit enter. In the amount section, say you have been asked to pay 30,000 US dollars, which is going to be due by today, and save it. You might be thinking, I have just entered one line item. Yeah, that's correct because it's request only. So request is paid, you will get another entry. Since it is just a request, formal request of payment, so it is having only one line. Okay, one more thing. Whenever you say a special GL transaction, you're gonna find a character attached to the key. Posting key 39 refers to a special GL credit. V for vendor, C for credit. And along with that, you have an indicator called F here, which stands for down payment request. So this transaction is saying the vendor have requested a sum of $30,000 as an advance, since the posting key is attached with a special GL indicator F, which stands for down payment request. Making sense, guys? Now, you won't be able to see this request normally. Generally, we check balance through FBL 1. What is the vendor? Let's check out. EMA group. Oh, list of open items. Click execute. See, it's not visible. Nothing there. But if you check noted item, here you get in the type. Generally, when you display balance, you select on noted items in SAP are called as one-liners. incomplete transactions are referred to as noted items. Then you will be able to see the entry. You see, there is a special indicator F attached to it. It is due by today. If you think the vendor have asked the money and gave you the timeline of next 3 days, obviously it is going to be due after 3 days only. But since it is due today only, so we need to release the payment, or it's in our will basically. If I want to make this payment, I will just go and pay it by today, or I can reject it also. How we can reject it? FB pay for this entry 773.
Mm-hmm.
Now, only when you check noted items, then only it is visible. Now, what next? Let's go to the second option, that is F-48. This one, down payment. Now,
Mm-hmm.
we are going to select the request that has been raised amount. In terms of MR group, bank number, total amount of 30,000, a value date, and here after giving these details, especially indicator A, and then from above click on request. Here you go with the request, select it, and then click on create down payments. When you do, you will get an option like this. Still it is a special GL transaction, as you can see 29A here. You see 29A. It stands for, it's a special GL transaction. So simply post it. Still it's a special GL transaction. It's not a normal entry so far. Now, initially it was just a request, and now the request has been paid. So if you go and check the balances, list and refresh, you will find again no item selected because that item is no more noted. The request has been posted, right? So it's not any more noted item. Now can we see the entry? No, because still no invoicing done, nothing has happened so far. What happened so far is vendor have requested a sum of $30,000 and we have paid that. That's all. Now, how to find that entry? Click on a special GL transactions. If you don't check in the type special GL transaction, a special GL entries you won't be able to see. After checking it, you will be able to see the entry. You see here? If you want to see all the items here along with the posted as well, click on all items and execute it. Have a look. Here again, still you have an item called a special GL indicator. It's indicating that it's a part of the down payment. Give me a moment. Hi guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now the vendor should not be having any problem in processing your order at all. So now we can go and raise the invoice. Open a new window. Go to FB60 vendor invoice, double click, and then in the TAT1, we have got EMA group 1209-2017 and put the amount as how much? Say 60,000, not 60, make it 70,000 as the remaining. I mean, this is the total invoice value. Here put your 4,500, that's your purchase account. Let's start. As soon as you hit enter, system will be telling to you that 30,000 US dollars down payment on current asset exist. Okay, see.
Hmm.
It's just for information purpose. Just hit enter to ignore it, simulate, and then post. Now go and check the display. Put refresh, you will see 30 is there against 70, so you have to only pay $40,000. Remember, you are able to see the special item since you have selected a special GL transaction. If you uncheck this, you will see only 70,000, and even if you go for the payment right now, you have to pay the whole 70,000.
Mm-hmm.
Until and unless you settle this item through this F-54 down payment clearing. See, the payment of 30,000 USD as an advance made from a special general ledger. So until and unless you clear that 30,000 from a special GL to normal GL, it will not be adjusted. If you check both the items, I mean here in balances, it will display both of them. But until you clear that amount of 30,000, this one, see, this A should not be there. If A is there or maybe any other special GL transaction is given here, this item cannot be adjusted against this invoice of 70,000. You have to first of all clear this entry of 30,000, and the criteria is this A should be removed. So how to do that? There is a very next process for that. That's called as AP, dark entry, down payment, and see F-54, clearing of down payment. Here put 17. Here put the SP. Hello?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
muting me.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, I hit the I hit the button mistake.
Okay. MR group. Selected. If you have multiple items, you should delete this invoice reference number from here. And then click on process down payment. Here you have got the entry. Select it like this from here and then save it simply. You will find amount is getting a minus from a special GL 39A and it's getting debited to 26. That's the normal account.
Hmm.
If you want to go inside and check, first of all, double click on 39A. You will find the GL to be heated is 2020. But if you do the same with the second entry, see it's coming to 1200. So what we did is initially we have deviated amount from 1200 to 2020 to make the payment, and now we are trying to get that amount back from 2020 to 1200. Means no, initially vendor to a special and now a special to vendor. Then only it will be adjusted. Say here down payment clearing. It was in blue color because it needed text. So in all those cases, when you see item in blue, double click on that, you will get the option why it is blue. So like here, it was showing me mandatory. See, when you click on this button, it will be showing a checkbox. That means that's a mandatory field to fill. Once you have filled that, it will be good. Save it, and now come to the vendor balance display. Simply go to list and refresh, and you will see a change. The special indicator has gone. Yeah, nothing there. Now you can adjust it any point of time. Make a outgoing payment through F-53. Provide the date and a bank account number. Put the amount, how much? 40. And if you pay through automatic payment option, you don't have to do all this. It will be automatically adjusted. MR group, process of an item. See, matching 0. Post it, and the process has been finished. Go to list and refresh. See, all clear? This is the down payment option. Let's recap it once. You need to create a request first. Then after, you have to pay the request. Then finally, you will have to raise an invoice, then clear the down payment, and then finally make the remaining payment. This is the concept of what? Down payment.
Yeah.
Got the topic?
Yep.
All right. Very next one. Okay, it's a little bit twisted. Otherwise, it should not be giving that much of trouble. It's a bit twisted. Now, cash discount setup. How to do? Let's have a look. Cash discount setup means whenever you're getting discount from vendor, or maybe you're giving discount to your customer. So that's called as cash discount setup. You need to create two accounts. One cash discount received and one cash discount granted. Cash discount received is an income to you, so it will be created in 3100 series, and since whatever cash discount you grant is going to be an expense, so you have to create it in the series of 4000. Let's go and check. We should have some account over there in those names. If not, then we will create one account. Cash discount received is there. Discount granted is there as well. 4007 and 3100. 4007 and 3100. Both the accounts are there, right? So we just need to set them up. Setup of accounts. Let's see where that is. Go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG, financial accounting new, AR and AP, business transactions. First of all, do it for incoming payment and credit memos. So outgoing first, vendor. Outgoing payment means when we are making the payment. Here see, in outgoing payments you will find define accounts for cash discount taken. Taken means we have received it. So yeah, so revenue part will come. This is called OVXU. OVXU. Click on this. Provide the chart of accounts. Save it and put 3100, or you can select it also. Like this. That's 3100 and save it. One setup is done for vendors. When you are going to grant the cash discount, when you will be selling items and giving discount to your customers, right? So for that case, come down to incoming payments. Incoming payment global settings, and here you have defined account for cash discount granted. This is OVXI. OVXU and I. So come down to OVXI, click on execute, chart of account, and simply save it. And put account number 4007 and save it. So account setup is done. Now, where do the cash discount comes from? It comes from the terms of payment. And where you can find that? Go to outgoing invoices or credit memo or incoming invoices or credit memo. Both the sides, the entry is maintain terms of payment. It's here also OBB8, and even in outgoing payment and credit memos, you will find the same option. Maintain terms of payment. This is also OBB8. So it's the same transaction for both AR and AP. So you can go anywhere. That will be all. Remember this cash discount term. 0001 we will be using so far. Immediately due. While creating vendor, we were using that. Remember?
Yes. Yeah.
But now we are going to learn how to create a new one. Go to new entry, put TAT1. Do not write in anything in sales text or on explanation. Valid for both customer and vendor. If you want to make it only valid for vendor, do uncheck customer. And vice versa. Do not put any fixed date for now. In the default baseline date, this area is important. This area is asking what is your expected date from where you want to start calculating the age of the invoice. So either you have to select posting date or document date. In general, it's been considered document date because it may happen that the invoice or the transaction happened 2 days ago and we are posting it today on the system. It may be the case. Selecting document date is better. So it specifies what is the date, what it is valid for, and from when it should start for a day. But payment. You will get
So
a
what's the
5%
difference in
discount.
document date, posting date again?
Say transaction happened today, and we have posted 3 days later on the system. So the posting date would be 3
3
days
days later.
after date, and document date will be today's date.
Okay.
When you raise an invoice, system asks you to put both of them. So far, we have keep on posting the similar date, invoice date and posting date. Invoice date is what? Document date, and posting date is posting date. The date on which we are posting it onto the system. That's the posting date. Now, a 5% discount if you pay within 10 days. If you pay within 20 days, say 3% discount. And if you pay in 30 days, no discount. So the maximum time that has been granted to make this payment will be 30 days. And if you pay within 10 days, you will get a 5% discount. If you pay within 20 days, you will get a 3% discount. So this is how you can configure a payment term. Now, if you want to make it default for a vendor, go to FK02. Over there, select a vendor and choose in the company code data, payment transaction tab. Hit enter. See, this is payment tab. Right now it's showing 0001, but if you want to specify your one, you may go and put TAT1 right here, and it has been defaulted. But payment terms are the most flexible thing. You can change them any point of time. What is that? MR? Let me find out. Yeah, see. It has been defaulted. 10 days, 5%, 20 days, 3%, 30 days net. But I can change it any point of time. Click on payment and change TAT1 to 0001. See, it's been changed. Again, it's set to day one base date. But remember, this change is just for this particular transaction that I'm doing right now. Once I'll come again, system will again select TAT1 by default. Okay. If you want to make change it to 0001 permanently, again go to FK02 and select payment transaction tab and change it from TAT1 to 0001. So whatever is mentioned here in this vendor master data, that will be coming automatically every time we do a transaction. Okay, so now I have changed the payment date on due on base date. Okay, let's change it again to TAT1. Now, put the amount, say 100,000. Account number, purchase account. Here you go. So you are liable to receive 5% discount if you go this way. Post it. Now go to make the payment. F-dash 53 1209 2017. Bank data say 100,000. Value date 1209 2017. In the vendor 101 300. Yeah, see, only 95,000 is due, and we have inserted how much? 1 lakh. Because we are getting a discount of how much?
5%.
5,000. That's a 5%. Acha, it's not also fixed. You want to change it to 4%? You can do that. You want the discount to be 5,100? That is also all right. So you can change these details any point of time. Even if it is coming 0001 from a start from invoice, and somehow vendor have told you that if you bring this payment by today, we are going to give you a 10% discount. So provide 10% over here. And see, you have got a discount of how much? 10,000 bucks. So these things are the most flexible part. So if you see, amount I have entered is 100,000 and the sign is 95,000 only. You have two ways. Either go back from here once, you will be able to see the bank account amount. Double click on the bank amount and then change it to how much? 95,000, and then click on process open item again. Now see, matching, 0. Or you can cancel the transaction and come up with 95,000 only. Both of the things you can do. Post it, and you will find the document posted is having a third line here. Bank of America paying 95,000. Cash discount received amount is settling an amount of 5,000 against the transaction of 100,000 bucks. So you have got a discount of total how much? 5,000. Okay, guys? Making sense?
Yes, sir.
That's all so far. Tomorrow we are going to start accounts receivable. That's your customer management, and we'll take it further. All for today. Since Venkat is also not there, so I'm leaving it here.
Okay.
We will meet up tomorrow. We will finish at least all the basic setups of AR, because AR is very similar to what you do in AP.
Right.
So you don't have to put your mind this much. See, we'll be finishing at least up to here tomorrow.
Okay.
Then after, 2 more items will be remaining in AR. Dunning and bill of exchange we'll do in one class. Let me tell you the overall classes that you have to take. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, and 3. 8 more classes. Almost.
Okay.
Okay, guys?
Okay.
See you then. Have a good time.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.